Welcome to Opportunity Crude's Management Seminar Series, an informative look at crude processing challenges. Disclaimers. The purpose of the OCMS series is to provide refiners with the latest information in processing opportunity or price-advantaged crudes, such as heavy sour oil, oil sand bitumen, light tight oil, and highly acidic crudes so that they can make better decisions in light of a volatile oil market. Video number 12, What's Coking? Video number 10, What About Bob? Bottom of the Barrel. Discuss the various methods to upgrade heavy residue into more desirable products. These methods include traditional means, such as solvent deasphalting or SDA, which we discussed in video number 11, coking, visbreaking, and novel conversion processes such as resid FCC or RFCC, resid hydrotreating, and resid hydrocracking. This video will focus on the coking process. Video number 12, What's Coking? We'll discuss coking in 7 sections. After introducing the video, we will discuss the global coke market, including demand for types of coke, predictions for the market, and recommendations for refiners in regards to coke production. The section Coker Unit Installations will examine how global coking capacity is expected to increase in the future, and how some refiners have already installed new capacity in preparation for IMO's new sulfur spec. Coking techniques will then introduce general concepts about coking and different coking techniques. The section Commercial Coking Technologies will present various companies' patented coking processes. Coking operational experiences will discuss causes and mitigation strategies against coke drum foaming. We will then recap the topics of the video in the conclusion. This diagram shows the products produced from each bottom of the barrel upgrading method. The coking process yields butane gas, naphtha, gas oil, and coke. The selection and operation of a resid upgrading scheme will largely determine the refiner's ability to produce a desirable product slate while processing heavier crudes. Recent and upcoming mandates have led to a decrease in the demand for heavy fuel oil. The International Maritime Organization's or IMO 0.1% spec for sulfur for fuel used in ocean-going vessels traveling through dedicated emissions-controlled areas has reduced the demand for 1% sulfur fuel oil to the point where the remaining material is simply blended in with the high-sulfur 3.5% bunker pool. Demand is expected to decrease further when the IMO enacts a 0.5% sulfur content spec in 2020. According to the Executive Vice President for Italian Oil and Gas Group ENI, refiners have 2 options: either buy low-sulfur feedstock or invest in technologies to convert bottoms into acceptable fuels. Because the first option is not economical, refiners should look to bottom-of-the-barrel upgrading to meet the demand for low-sulfur fuel oil. Of the methods to upgrading heavy streams, coking has been the primary option due to the flexibility of the process. The increasing popularity of coking has led to extensive research into new and modified processes and technologies related to coking. This table shows the properties, particularly of the resid fraction, for a number of heavy crude grades from around the world that have API gravities from 10 to 26 degrees. In comparison, conventional crudes such as benchmark Brent of 37 to 39 degrees API and 0.35 to 0.45% sulfur and West Texas Intermediate or WTI of 39.1 degrees API and 6% sulfur have only 9 to 11 volume percent and 6 volume percent of resid respectively. Join us for the upcoming 6th Opportunity Crudes Conference in Houston, Texas from October 22nd to the 24th. The theme for this year's conference is Crude Disruptors, Accelerating Changes in Global Refining. Change is not new in the refining world, but sudden shift is very disruptive to steady operations. There are quite a few disruptors at this moment, including growing trade tensions that could disrupt the increasing trend of U.S. oil imports to Asia, Europe, and Latin America. Other disruptors include U.S. President Donald Trump's announcement to exit the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action or Iran nuclear deal and to resume sanctions on Iran later this year, further disruption of Venezuela's oil, Russia pivoting oil shipments to Asia from Europe, growing use of alternative crudes to replace missing Middle East medium sour grades due to OPEC and non-OPEC production cuts, and surging U.S. conventional and shale exports to Asia, Europe, and Latin America. The 6th Opportunity Crudes Conference will have 5 topical sessions. Session 1, Global Oil Market Outlooks, Geopolitics, U.S. Pro-Export Policy, OPEC Strategies, Peak Demand. Session 2, Challenges and Opportunities in Oil Trading, Exports, Imports and Infrastructure Logistics. Session 3, Crude Contaminants, Incompatibility, Blending Strategies Amid Changing Feedstocks. Session 4, Flexibility of Light Tight Oil Processing and Bottoms Upgrading to Make Products in Demand. And Session 5, Big Data Analytics and Emerging Adoption of Internet of Things in Crude Selection, Management, and Refining. Sign up today to learn about facing these crude disruptors. Thank you and see you in Houston. Here is a preliminary agenda for the 6th Opportunity Crudes Conference.